Got it. Okay, thank you. Welcome to TCAST Weekend with myself, Josephine Osumo, and Kendi Mwabila, who is part of the TEACON committee. And today we are just going to answer some of the most common questions that have been coming up since we started planning and marketing TEACON. So before I do that, I'll let Kendi introduce herself.
Hello and good evening from Nairobi. Kendi Mwabila is my name, as you've been told, and I am heading the marketing department for TEACON.
Okay, so Kendi, we are here to debunk, is it debunk some myths or answer some questions? Answer some questions.
Answer the question.
The most common question, I think, is, can I get a refund? If I pay for TEACON and I am not able to make it, can I get a refund? Yes. So do you want to take that, or do I just continue this talking?
Actually, we can have that. We can have that question, of which I will refer individuals, because I know they won't be able to absorb all the information I'll give regarding the cancellation policy. But just before that, Jo, I think we should have started with, for those people who don't know what TEACON is, where it's happening, the date, so that if they're talking about canceling, they don't know how much it will cost them. So what is this that they're canceling, and why are they even canceling at the beginning? Because if you sign up for TEACON, honestly, you should be able to attend because of what is in store.
All right. I'm laughing because in my head, I should stop thinking like me. I really should stop thinking like me in this instant and start thinking like the people we are selling TEACON to. Alrighty, fine. So now let's start. What is TEACON? So TEACON stands for Toastmasters East African Conference, and it's held every year, ideally in the month of May, and it brings together Toastmasters within the East African region. Right now, we say we have 10 countries. When you look at East Africa geographically, they are not 10 countries, but right now we say 10 countries. So those countries are Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Rwanda, Burundi, Djibouti, Eritrea, Mayotte, and South Sudan. Yes, those are the 10 countries that make up the Toastmasters East African region of District 114. So the conference brings together all these people from the different Toastmasters clubs in all these countries and guests. So you do not have to be a Toastmaster to come for TEACON. And the reason, Kendi is just going to explain why right now, because of the things that we learn at TEACON. So I'm going to hand it over to Kendi so that she can tell you why come for TEACON.
Yes, the essence of attending TEACON lies in the vision of Toastmasters. So Toastmasters is where leaders are made. And one of the things that we do at Toastmasters is learning how to speak and develop our leadership skills. So as a guest, when you come for TEACON, what you stand to gain goes beyond just developing your speaking and leadership abilities, but you're also looking at networking. There are lots of opportunities to build networks, and you know that right here, your wealth is not just out of the assets you have, but networking, the people you interact with. That network creates a bulk of your wealth. So Toastmasters gives you an opportunity to polish your skills, but beyond that, to make friends, whether socially, whether professionally, regardless of what you want. It is a platform to come and interact with people, learn about different aspects of public speaking, learn about how you can apply your leadership skills, but also to see the best of the best in Africa, in East Africa, showcase their skills, because we're going to have contests. These are the best of the best going against each head to head. Let me not say against each other, head to head, to see who will come up as the best humorous speaker, the best international speaker, the best evaluator, and the best table topic speaker. Beyond that, we'll also have amazing speakers who are going to endow us and enlighten us with such relevant information, again, beyond public speaking and leadership. So this is not an opportunity for you to miss. Whether you have a corporate organization that you want to partner with us to showcase what you have as a corporate organization, or as an individual to just come have fun, network, you should not miss TEACON at all. And I can tell you, once you start attending one TEACON, you'll be addicted. You will not stop. I mean, what other place do you have to meet different people in over 10 countries, from different 10 countries? That's 10 different nationalities. And beyond that, there are also other nationalities that come, because we have friends who are outside East Africa. We have friends who are outside the 10 countries that have been mentioned, because Toastmasters covers over 140 countries. So all those Toastmasters are welcome to participate. And you, as a guest, you can also take this opportunity and join us. So I'd like to extend that invite to non-Toastmasters to come and enjoy the experience, one that will be unforgettable. And after all, it's in Mombasa. Back to you, Jo.
Thank you, Kendi. All right. Now you've heard why you should come for TEACON. You've heard what TEACON is about. And this year, now just to tell you when you need to go and get leave if you need leave, this year TEACON is starting on May 9th to May 11th. That's 3 days. So May 9th, May 10th, May 11th. Hope you have that right, so that you can go and just ask your bosses, if you have bosses, you need leave for those 3 days. Oh, and then you come back, you need the day to rest. So maybe even the Monday, you might just need to rest from all the fun and activities that we are going to have as Toastmasters in Mombasa. Okay, so May 9th to May 11th. Look out for the posters telling you how to register, because you have to register to come. Don't just show up. If you show up, we will not have room for you. So please, you first have to register before you come. I know we are into these things of, oh wait, my friend is getting married, come with me. No, we are not doing that in TEACON. Register so that we have your name down and we have booked space for you to come for TEACON. All right. Okay, so Kendi, what else?
Yes, we're talking about the cancellation policy. I will encourage people not to cancel. I think instead of canceling, you can sponsor a friend to attend TEACON. But just in case life happens and you need to cancel, in the registration form, there's a cancellation policy that articulates that by the time you pay for TEACON, if you're going to ask for a refund or cancellation, more than 1 month before, you will get your cash minus the charges of the bank. And then after that, I think, Jo, I'll just refer people to the cancellation policy. Alternatively, allow me to just share it in a few so that we have it. I don't want to misquote it, because I don't want to be misquoted, so that we have the exact days, because it will get to a point when it's the time that the event itself has started, you will not be able to cancel. So the closer we get to the venue, the less the percentage that you are going to get of the refund if you choose to cancel. So the best thing I will encourage you to do, instead of canceling, have someone either transfer the ticket to someone, but you have to write an email to finance, the finance department of District 114, and I'll put the email. Then from there, just indicate that you're transferring the ticket so that the person whose name you're transferring it to is shared, or they're issued a ticket with their name and not your name as before. Yeah. So I think, Jo, we can post it in the comment section for those who want to cancel. What's the cancellation procedure? And also the email that they ought to forward it to, the finance person for District 114.
I agree, but I think we should post the link to the registration so that they can register as they're reading the cancellation policy. instead of giving them the policy. Let us post the registration link. They can read that cancellation policy as they are registering for that. Right? So,
Fantastic.
yes. Awesome. Okay, another question. Anyone? Yes, another question that we have for people other than the cancellation policy. I've given them the dates because that is also one of the very many questions that people are asking. Oh, yes.
The other is regarding what does the TEACON ticket cover? Is it just the conference? Because we have the cocktail, the gala, and the conference.
Have you ever heard of buy one, get one free? This time you're buying one, you're getting two free. So you're buying one ticket, you're getting the conference, you're getting the gala, and you're getting the cocktail. So TEACON always starts with the cocktail. So the cocktail is on Thursday. The first day of conference is on Friday. The second day of conference is on Saturday. And then we have the gala at night. One ticket, everything is covered. So we're not going to ask you to pay for the gala. We're not going to ask you to pay for the cocktail. When you pay the amount that you're going to pay for the contest, which by the way, right now it's at 120 USD. Once you pay that, you've covered everything for the conference, the gala, the conference, and the cocktail. Okay, back to you, Kendi.
I think that's very important for people to understand because initially we were selling the tickets individually, like we have one for the conference and one for the gala. So it's good that they know the whole ticket covers the entire thing. But the other question that I've found people asking is what should they be expecting? Because you can't assume that everyone knows Mombasa. They've not been to Mombasa. Some people, this will be their first time in Kenya. So what do they or what should they expect when they come to Mombasa?
Wow. I'm going to ask you to answer that one. What should they expect from? I've been to Mombasa, but as a tourist, it's a tourist destination. So over and beyond just coming for TEACON, we are actually going to try and make sure that you get as much out of visiting Mombasa as you possibly can. So think of the coast. What would you want to do if you go to a coastal region? Think of that. Then know you're coming for TEACON. Then what else am I going to be doing? There are beaches. You're going to go and just the Indian Ocean. Oh, don't forget the Indian Ocean. It's right there. So for those people who are coming from a landlocked country, my Uganda people, are you there? Those also coming from a landlocked country, my Rwanda people, are you there? Please, you're going to have a chance to see the Indian Ocean. Anything else, Candy?
I think I will just touch on my favorite things about Mombasa so that I paint a picture of what are some of the things to expect. You've spoken about the beautiful, pristine, and sandy beaches at the Indian Ocean. Good heavens, it is such a beautiful place to be. And just by closing my eyes for a minute, I could just hear the waves of the Indian Ocean just coming to the beach, and oh, it's beautiful. It's very beautiful. Considering the very place that we are having it at Pride Paradise, they have a beach there. So you don't have to go to the very public beaches. You can actually enjoy the beach just in front of Pride. And then there's the food. Jo, I don't know about you, but there's something about the Costarian cuisine, the street food that just it makes you salivate because the food people talk about Kenyans having very plain food. Oh, wait, that's a discussion for another day. But the coast did not let us down because their cuisine is one to die for. It's the pilau, it's the biryani, it's what do they call this viazi karai? So much that just whets your appetite. I think of the street food, the achari. What do you call this? Crepes. Crepes in Kiswahili, what are they called? There's a specific word, and they make crepes out of not a typical potato crepes, but there's a particular word, and I've forgotten. I think they make crepes out of mihogo. Please, if you're a
Cassava.
non-English, it's cassava. There you go. I wanted to tell people to just Google or chat GPT what mihogo is. So there's so much in terms of the food. Anyone who goes to the coast, you're going to enjoy the street food and the main food. And let's not forget about the warm weather. In Nairobi, we suffer the cold weather from May all the way to July. But I envy anyone who stays in Mombasa. The weather is warm throughout the year, hot and warm. Whatever they refer to as cold, for me as an Nairobian, when I go down there, I'm like, this is it right here. This is it. It's so warm. And you can imagine with that heat, just drinking your cold ukwaju. Ukwaju is tamarind juice to quench your thirst. Mm-mm. So that covers the weather. Then there's the culture. But before the culture, the history. Let's cover the history. The coast has a lot of history with very beautiful places to visit. You can talk about old Mombasa town, the old town that has Fort Jesus. There's so much history about what happened at Fort Jesus. Why was it built? There's the richness of the culture, the Swahili culture, influenced by the Arabs. There's just so much. So the food, the beaches, the history, the culture. There's no other place I would want to spend 3 days in Kenya in May other than Mombasa. So for me, Tikon is a very good excuse to go down to Mombasa and just enjoy. Yeah.
A very good excuse to go down to Mombasa and enjoy. And dare I
Mm,
say, bank smack in the middle of the year, because most people go to Mombasa in December. But here you
yes.
are going to Mombasa in May.
Yes.
Nothing beats that. You touched on something, and that brings me to one of the questions we've been seeing. You touched on the food, you touched on drinking tamarind juice, and one of the questions that people keep on asking is, what can I expect of accommodation?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I was very tempted to say, Mombasa is very warm. Don't worry, you can sleep on the beach and you will be fine. But I won't do that. I will let you respond to them.
Jo, you know, Mombasa being a coastal town, a tourist town, we are not short of a place to stay. And considering this is off peak, during peak season, you will struggle to find a place to stay. But seeing that this is off peak, plenty of hotels are available. Pride, for those again who are coming and do not know Mombasa, is Pride Paradise is in Shanzu. The moment you hit Shanzu, it's hotel after hotel after hotel after hotel. Like it's a line of hotels. So when you get into Pridine, you'll be surrounded by hotels. Of course, different costs. And these hotels range from 3 star to 5 star, different costs, but quite affordable. And someone will say, well, Candy, how much is affordable? Well, the cheapest hotel goes for about 5,000 a night, 5,000 shillings. In terms of dollars, with the current Kenyan rate, maybe I'll give it about $40 or so $40 a night to 25,000 shillings per night. And that will come to about, give it to $180, just estimating. I'm not doing the exact math. $180 per night. So it gives you variety. But if you don't like hotel accommodation, because you might be forced to be in a hotel, a single room, or just two people by yourselves, and let's say you love company. Let's assume you love company and you want the joy of going down with your clique of besties, your friends, your club mates, other Toastmasters basically, or even just your family. What is in store? We have apartments. beautiful, beautiful apartments. And you can have a shared apartment from as little as 3,000 shillings per night. I mean, and it's in a safe location, still within close range to the venue. So when it comes to accommodation, JO, you cannot be short of a place to stay in Mombasa. Plus, we have Toastmasters in Mombasa. If you want to go completely cheap, call a Toastmaster in Mombasa and tell them to host you for that time. If they're able to, well and good. If not, come to the apartments or the hotel, but you are spoiled for choice. And also, you'll see within the Toastmaster, as we're advertising TCON, within the Toastmaster groups, we are sharing a flyer that has the cost in shillings, the cost of hotels in shillings, and cost of hotels in dollars. So you can be able to also see what kind of hotels you would want, you're leaning to. And the beauty is that the distance from the main venue is articulated in the same flyer. So just watch out, be on the lookout for that. And even the one for the apartments, Airbnb, it's available and it's moving in our circles. If you haven't seen it, please, Kendi Mabila is my name. Look for me. You will not just ask someone in a group somewhere who has Kendi's number and you'll get it and you can reach out and I'll forward it to you. But if you register, it will be sent directly to your mailbox. Back to you, Jay. Oh, what more questions do we have?
We have quite a number, but you've just said something and I've thought, yeah, I really need to look for my Toastmasters friends in Mombasa and book a room in one of their houses. But beyond that, let them register, then you send them, then they get the link to the accommodation and everything. You said we have apartments, we have hotels, and one of the things that people keep on wondering about in apartments is, will I have to cook? No, you will not have to cook, please. You won't have to cook. When you come for the conference, the day of the conference, you will have food. So don't worry, your food is also covered. Somebody asked me that today, and they were like, at the conference, are we getting food or will we have to go and look for our own food? No, you do not have to go and look for your own food during the period when you are at the conference. We will cater for it. We will cater for your 4 o'clock, 10 o'clock tea, your lunch, your 4 o'clock tea. And on Saturday, we also cater for your dinner. So don't start making life complicated. TCON is very easy and very simple to put. All right. So the next question we keep on having is, just give me a minute. Let me go back to those questions that people have been asking me a lot of. We've answered tickets for different days. Oh yeah, somebody asked, how do I pay for the ticket? Register. Please register. Register. After you register, go check your email. Remember to input the correct email. Somebody registered and put ABCD, not applicable. If you do that, you're not going to be able to pay. So register, put in your correct email address, counter check that you have not left out something, and you will get an email telling you how to make payment or showing you the steps that you need to make payment.
JO, on the same
Yes.
thing, this thing is being done manually. Let me just put it out there. So whenever people send an email, I'll just tell them to just give us a few hours, we will respond to you. You will get a response with the links for you to pay and also the M-Pesa details, though the M-Pesa details are also on the registration form. And for those who want to do a bank transfer, everything will be sent to you on email. If you experience any challenges, if you look at your email, there's a number you can call. Alternatively, you can respond to the email and ask a question, but everything will be sorted. Don't fret, don't be scared. So long as you have sent your registration, you filled in your registration form, there will be communication that will come to you. So don't fret, there will be communication.
Right. The other question is, and this goes back to what we have asked about, where is accommodation? How is the accommodation is? How do I book for the accommodation? Can you want to pick that one? How do I book for the accommodation?
Yeah, sure. It's important for any person who's coming to Kenya for the first time to feel that whatever challenges you might or questions you might have regarding accommodation, that they will be answered and that you will be given the best accommodation possible. Good news is that this has already been done. So the list of hotels that are there are, like I said, within the environment. And all you have to do, once you have registered, the email that is sent to you, depending on your selection of preferred accommodation, because you'll see on the registration form, you'll be asked, do you want a hotel? Do you want an Airbnb? Do you want a villa? You can even put all of them. It's okay. And the response of the email will actually have the details of the different accommodation, whether it's hotel, Airbnb, or villa. They will be all there. All you have to do to make your journey and your trip as seamless as possible, just tell us, I have decided I want to sleep at Pride in Paradise, and these are my dates. And we, Aphrodite team that is partnering with us doing the logistics of accommodation and transport, they'll get back to you and tell you, ask you questions about what kind of room you want. Is it shared? Is it double? Then, sorry, is it single or double? Shared and double are the same thing. Then you'll be booked for and you can proceed and make your payment. It is as easy as possible. Jo, I have to mention that this time in TEACON, we aim to make the process as fluid and as seamless as it can be. So just be comfortable where you are. All you have to do is just select, even if it's a flight. And now to touch on transport, because also the registration form asks individuals,
Yeah.
what mode of transport do you prefer? Doesn't matter where you are, if it's Kampala, if it's Kigali, doesn't matter, Bujumbura, just let us know. If it's a flight, what dates are you flying? What is your preferred time? What is your return date? Everything you give us, we will respond to you and you will be able to book and feel comfortable. We are selling comfort during this TEACON process. Let us take care of you. Jo, what's the next one?
No, I like what you have said. We are selling comfort. So if somebody wants to hustle, that is a choice they have made. They want to hustle and make things difficult for them, but we are selling comfort. So yes, I agree with that. The other question was, how does the program look like? And for me, I think this person was asking, are we going to have time to sightsee and rest? That's what I believe the person is asking without really asking it. And
You forgot
as
another
TEACON,
answer to that question. It's
yes,
social networking. Social networking.
there's that too. So yes, those two things that they want to find out about. We are striving to make this program as light as possible so that people have, it will really be so bad to come all the way from, let's even say Kisumu, and I'm just going very near. Let's say you've come all the way from Kisumu to Mombasa. You're within the same country, but this is the first time you've gone to Mombasa, and you do not get time to just go and sightsee. It will really be a sad state of affairs. We don't want that. So we want to incorporate, we are going to incorporate time in between so that you can have time to go out, sightsee. And yes, this sightseeing is also one of the things that when you register, you can be able to choose. Isn't that right, Candy? Or have I said you can be able to choose if you want to go sightseeing?
Actually, Jo, I have an idea, and I think we
Ah,
should
good.
implement it here. These people who want to sightsee, there's always that thing of who is going.
Mm-hmm.
Are there fun people, or will it be just other people that I don't know? And perhaps I don't want to meet new people. I want to do something with my crew. So what we are going to do is create a WhatsApp group for the people who have paid, because we are sure they are going.
Yes.
Then from there we can share. But what is in store in terms of the different places we can go? First, we have a trip to Diani, but this one I will encourage people to come maybe a day earlier to be able to enjoy it. Don't come on the day of the conference, just come a day earlier or two. Enjoy Mombasa. There's so much. There's a trip to Watamu, swimming, no, not Watamu, Wasini Island to swim with the dolphins. And this one is a whole day trip. So if you want to enjoy that trip, come with your crew before, or better yet, extend just one more day in coast. Coast cannot be enjoyed in those 3 days, I tell you. So for a scenic trip, you cannot miss that out. It's a beautiful island. It's a beautiful, beautiful island. I have been there. I have swum with those dolphins. And yes, we do have dolphins in Africa. So I have swum with the dolphins and enjoyed myself. And then now we have the historical tour. Don't go back home and just say you are at Pridine Paradise the entire time. Surely. There's no other place in Mombasa you got to see. So there'll be a historical tour. We'll go to the museums. We'll get to experience Mombasa as a town and just understand the culture, what happened in Mombasa, what has informed the current, let's even say, religion. Where did it come from? So there's a lot of richness to get to enjoy. We have a spice tour. This is a land of spices. A spice tour in the market. If you like things spicy, if you like your food a little bit more, to have a little bit more than salt, we'll have a spice tour for the market. So there are so many activities that are going to be there. And I'm so happy that this TEACON will capitalize on giving us free time between the day we arrive for the cocktails, up until we leave. We'll have some time to actually enjoy these tours. So in the WhatsApp group for the people who have registered, we will share those packages. So you start thinking, what do you want to enjoy? Whom do you want to enjoy it? And I know when you see someone you like is going for the Wasini thing, you will definitely join in and come. And they are pretty affordable. Yeah. That answers it, Jo. Yeah.
Yes, it does. It more than answers it, because it tells people what they can expect, what tours they're going to have, and how to plan their in and out. It just covers that. There's something you have said, the spice tour. And in my head, I'm just thinking, women go shopping. Women go shopping. But what it brought to mind was today at my Toastmasters meeting today, we had, what do you do if the math is not mathing? You can go shopping. So this is not an aspect of the math not mathing. It's an aspect of you enjoying TEACON. Go shopping. You will come out with spices and you'll say, I got this at the last. Can you imagine the memories you're going to make every time you cook? Because you'll remember TEACON. Can you just imagine? You're making your chicken biryani over there with spices that you got from Mombasa. And the memory just comes back and you remember the person you were dancing with and the way they were dancing or not dancing. That also goes to show you that we're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, so we are just about to wind down. What other question? We talked about 341.
Jacob,
Yes.
before you proceed, there's a Kenyan saying, you're Kenyan when you use this statement, tumia pesa ikuzoe. Use money so that the direct translation, use money so that it gets used to you, So don't deny yourself. Coast will give you an opportunity to shop. Do not deny yourself. Come and let's buy all these things. Be it spices or the different attires, the deras, the beautiful deras that are sold at the coast, the wonderful, not wonderful, the tasty coconut and madafu. Please, you need to come and understand what madafu is, because it's in very few countries that you take a fruit, it is cut, and you put a straw and drink something from it. You should see what happens when we take madafu. Jay, back to your question.
I'd like to see what happens. I'd like to see what happens, but hey, I won't. Okay, let me see. I think I've gone through all questions that I had. Unless you have a question that I don't have here, these are questions that are coming to me.
Yes. So I had a question from someone, and this person was asking, am I able to, what's the transportation like in Mombasa? Am I able to move from one place to another comfortably? I'm like, yeah, we have something we call tuk-tuk. In Tanzania, they call them bajaji. They are so affordable first. They are so affordable. And then they are airy. So in contrast to that saloon car that you'll get into and you have to keep telling the driver, please turn on the aircon, or can I put my, what do you call it? Open my window. With a bajaji, it's all open. You just enjoy the fresh air. Just take care of your valuables, depending on where you are, depending on where you decided to spend your time for that day. But there are tuk-tuks, there are Ubers. You'll be safe and sound in Mombasa. If there's anything I have come to know Mombasa people for, is that they're very hospitable. They are very hospitable. You can forget your phone, and this happened to me. I forgot my phone in a matatu. I got back my phone. That will never happen in Nairobi. So
We are not
costarians are,
superstitious in Nairobi.
and please don't even start about this. You've mentioned superstition. Please, let's not go talking about the superstitions in Mombasa. But just for the fun of it, because a lot of people who will be coming down are Africans. When you see a beautiful girl in Mombasa, let's have that conversation when we meet at TEACON. A beautiful girl called Fatuma.
Yes. I tell you, I agree. Yeah.
Anyway, what's more? What more? Or should we wrap this up?
Yes, yes. Do you have one more question?
Not at the moment. You've had
Okay.
stories about Fatuma, yes?
Oh, yes, I have. I've heard stories about Fatuma. But if anybody wants to know the stories I've heard about Fatuma, they should look for me at TEACON.
Yes.
They should look for us at TEACON, May 9th to May 11th, and we will share the stories we've heard about Fatuma in Mombasa. We are not going to tell you about them now.
We will tell them now.
Yes. And
Right.
thank you. Wow. We need to wrap this up. Let me get serious now. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. This was TCast Weekend Edition. Ask Me About TEACON. We hope we've answered your questions. If you have any more questions for us, please send us WhatsApp messages. You can ask your country chairs. Each country has a country chair. And let me just run through that for a minute so that you know in your specific countries, who are your country chairs. There are some we haven't yet identified, but most countries have country chairs. Kenya, we do not have a country chair because the TEACON convener is from Kenya. So we don't have a country chair for Kenya. We have a country chair for Uganda, Anna Kimera. For Ethiopia, Bethlehem Nesibu. Covering Burundi and all the other minor countries, we have Wilson Asimwe. For Tanzania, now I've forgotten her name. Oh my goodness me. Hey, people, I am so sorry. I'm just about to tell you who
Maria
is.
Mabella.
Thank you, Mariam Mabella. I'm so sorry, Mariam. I will buy you a cook. I'm a cook person, so I'll buy you a cooking cost for this, for forgetting your name. So Mariam Mabella for Tanzania. So those are the country chairs we have. If you cannot get your country chair, reach out to any of us in TEACON and we are going to be able to answer your questions. So yes, any last words, Kendi?
Yes, what I'd like to encourage people to do is please register. Register, pay your ticket as soon as you can because the ticket costs keep increasing. Our $100 ticket offer ended yesterday, so now we are doing $120. Please make sure you pay because the regular ticket will be at $150. If you're one of those people who enjoy making a saving, and also this saving will go to you spending some good time in Mombasa, please buy the ticket. Register for TEACON, buy your ticket. And we will introduce the battle of clubs. Which club is able to get the most numbers? Should I say there's a gift, Madam Convener?
Oh yes,
Or
there's a gift. There'll be a gift for the club with the most number of attendees at TEACON.
awesome. So rally your club members and let's go down to coast. Please sing the message TEACON, TEACON, TEACON. We are going down to Mombasa, and the theme is World of Opportunities, Reimagine the Future. Looking at the world of opportunities, Toastmasters has created a plethora of opportunities for us beyond what happens in our clubs. So bring someone to see what those opportunities are and let us grow together. Over to you, JO.
Thank you so much. And with that, we'll call it a wrap. And you'll find us again at some point. We will look for the flyers and make sure you join us. This has been a fun 1 hour. I'm laughing. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, JO. Have a lovely evening.
You too. Have a lovely evening. Bye.